Amen, Father. Now, there has been some confusion about January 11th, 2011. This is less about endings than about beginnings. This is why the date was chosen, because all those ones do tend to remind you that something is starting. So, some of you are having dreams and vague feelings, and you're not sure what they mean. Basically, what it means is that what has been going on for the past 1,000 years or so, which is an increasing competitiveness bordering on, how can we say, attack. It's not all right to be involved that way. A little bit of competitiveness is fine, but very small amount. Always remember that you are here to learn about cooperation. That is why you find yourselves in bodies that are totally cooperative. Everything harmonious. Granted, not all the time, but most of the time. Your heart beats without you having to do anything, eh? You breathe and your lungs expand. Your blood courses through your veins, and you don't have to make it do that. I know that seems like, oh, what else? But in fact, the reality of your being here has everything to do with learning about cooperation, and granted, some ongoing lessons for all peoples, which is about patience. It's very difficult at the physical level for human beings to handle patience. That requires you doing something about it, eh? I know it's not easy, but sometimes you have to wait. No matter how much you prepare, no matter how ready you are, you have to wait. Hurry up and wait, eh? How many times have you said this, experienced it, or heard it said? Really, not as much hurry up is necessary as is practiced. But more about that another time. A little bit more about 11111. This is entirely about a new beginning that has to do with a more benevolent state of affairs. And the number one aspect of that benevolence is cooperation. So when someone says something to you that is a genuine concern for them, even bordering, and you can tell, on an emergency for them, it might be a small thing in your eyes, it might be a big thing in your eyes, and it might be so big in your eyes you can't even imagine where to begin, how to help them. Then it's time for a little living prayer or benevolent magic. By all means, pray the way you do for your religion or philosophy. But I also recommend you say, whether you know their name or not, whether you've met them or not, whether they're on the other side of the world or not. If you hear about it, you can always say, I am asking that all the most benevolent energies that are available for this person in this situation visit that person and help them in any way possible that is benevolent for them and for all beings. That's a variation of the standard living prayer. Those of you studying here on YouTube at the Benevolent Magic channel and incorporating the written blogs will know how to do more. But if you are new here, then you can say that, as well as other things you say. remember that this is all about cooperation. 1-11-11 will become very clear as to how cooperation is needed in small ways, in middling ways, meaning not too huge, and in ways that seem overwhelming. What can we do about that now? Or even more overwhelming, what can I do about that now? Study the living prayer and the benevolent magic. Go to that site where you can download the Benevolent Magic and Living Prayer book for free. Very generous by a light technology publisher. And channeled through this being who's channeling Grandfather right now, eh? So, it's very easy when you study that to learn how to do things that will help your life and help the lives of others. 1-11-11 will bring about an incorporation of many of the benevolent practices and practices that are good. You understand? Benevolent essentially means good for you and good for all beings. Okay? In case there's any doubt about that. So, it will bring together all the cooperative elements, all the efforts towards bringing about benevolent results. And as a result, you will begin to see, hear about, know about, and speak about things that you have personally observed or that others have observed that are startlingly benevolent. Some of you will see phenomena in the skies. Some of you will see things in the clouds that remind you that Spirit is present and loving you all the time. Some of you will experience things with animals, especially animals that are wild and free, fish, deer, and any being that is not human, that is free and able. Some of you might be blessed with seeing a phenomena by animals. Some things this being, Rabbi, has seen, such as the incredible phenomena with the ants he saw in Brazil. Some of you might experience things that remind you that all the animals on this planet are ensouled, have spirit, and want to help you. So if you suddenly find yourself staring at an animal, be they close or far away, as long as it's safe for you, just say to them out loud, "Good life." Most of them will understand that, but here's the important aspect. Don't say it unless you mean it. Now, for those of you who are suddenly happening upon a bear or a lion, then you want to be more careful. But I don't think that's going to happen to too many of you. It's important now to realize that most of the animals on this planet are here entirely to help you. They're not here to learn anything. They do at times learn things, and many of them they don't like, because this planet is harsher for them than it is for you. Oh yes. But they are here to help, to guide, and to very often set an example by the way they live. Pay attention to the way they live. Very often they will be demonstrating cooperation at some level. If you can observe that more and experience it more, you will understand that 1-11-11 is entirely about heralding the era of cooperation and the acknowledging of same. More about this in time. Good life.